At my parents today, but unfortunately, night before last, I didn't get very good sleep, and I twisted wrong and wrenched my back, so my back is like screaming at me. Like, don't move any more than you have to. But anyway, hope everybody's having a great morning. It is AA day. Oh, I'm Sandra. I'm an alcoholic, and just a few things I'd like to ask of everybody before I do every meeting. I always ask for there to be no judgment, no harassment. Just because somebody is in my chat does not mean that they are the alcoholic. And not everybody is here that don't think that AA can work for things. Um, it, I think that you can use it for everything personally, and there are other people that feel the same way. But if you're a newcomer, don't give up because this program works. My thing is you always have to want it for the right reason. The right reason is for yourself. Because if you can't fix yourself, you can't fix anything else. Because you have to be right within yourself before you can do that for somebody else. So, with that said, just be kind to each other, and we all have the same things going on, pretty much. Anyway, let's say the Serenity Prayer and get the meeting going. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And please don't leave any rude comments about my no teeth and you can't understand me. If you're here to be rude, just leave the same way you came in. Because this is for positivity, not negativity. Anyways, 1. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2. Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6. We're entirely ready to have God remove all these defective characters. 7. Humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. 8. Made a list of all persons we had harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. 9. Made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10. Continue to take personal inventory and when wrong, promptly admit it. 11. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. 12. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. I also put in the description the book we're reading and the story or step of tradition that we're reading and all of that. I'm going to go ahead and do the traditions this morning because it's a short thing to read in the tradition today, so I'm just going to do the extra reading. So tradition 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. 2. For a group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a living God as he may express himself in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants, they do not govern. 3. The only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. 4. AA group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups or AA as a whole. 5. Each group has but one primary purpose, to carry its message to the alcoholics who still suffer. 6. An AA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the AA name to any related facility or outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. 7. Every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. Copper, can you please stop? Anyway. 8. Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. 9. AA as such ought never be organized, but may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. 10. Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues, hence the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. 11. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. 12. Anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. We're on tradition 11. Our public relation policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and film. Without its legions of well-wishers, AA could never have grown as it has throughout the world. Immense and favorable publicity. Hey, Copper, you don't need to eat that. You have food in your bowl. Stop eating it. Go eat your food. Crazy dog. Without its legion, we well-wishers, AA could never have grown as it has. Throughout the world, immense and favorable publicity of every description has been the principal means of beginning alcoholics or bringing alcoholics into our fellowship. Crazy dog. In AA offices, clubs, and homes, telephones ring constantly. One voice says, I read a piece in the newspapers. Another, we heard a radio program. And still another, we saw a movie picture, or we saw something about AA on television. It is no exaggeration to say that half of AA's membership has been led to us through channels like these. The inquiring voices are not all alcoholics or their families. Doctors read medical papers about Alcoholics Anonymous and call for more information. Clergymen see articles in their church journals and also make inquiries. Employers learn that great corporations have set their approval upon us and wish to discover what can be done about alcoholism in their own firms. Therefore, a great responsibility fell upon us to develop the best possible public relations policy for Alcoholics Anonymous. Through many painful experiences, we think we have arrived at what that policy ought to be. It is the opposite in many ways of usual promotional practice. We found that we had to rely upon the principle of attraction rather than other rather than of promotion. Let's see how these two contrasting ideas, attraction and promotion, work out. A political party wishes to win an election, so it advertises the virtues of its leadership to draw votes. A worthy charity wants to raise money forth with its letterhead shows the name of every distinguished person whose support can be obtained. Much of the political, economic, and religious life of the world is dependent upon publicized leadership. People who symbolize causes and ideas fill a deep human need. We of AA do not question that, but we do have to soberly face the fact that being in the public eye is hazardous, especially for us. By temperament, nearly every one of us had been an irresponsible promoter, and the prospect of a society composed almost entirely of promoters was frightening. Considering this explosive factor, we knew we had to exercise self-restraint. The way this restraint paid off was startling. It resulted in more favorable publicity of Alcoholics Anonymous than could possibly have been obtained through all the arts and abilities of AA's best press agents. Obviously, AA had to be publicized somehow, so we resorted to the idea that it would be far better to let our friends do this for us. Precisely that has happened, to an unbelievable extent. Veteran newsmen claim doubters that they have gone all out to carry AA's message to them. We are something more than the source of good story. On almost every newsfront, the men and women of the press have to uh, attached themselves to us as friends. In the beginning, the press could not understand our refusal of all personal publicity. They were genuinely baffled by an insistence upon anonymity. Then we got the point. Here was something rare in the world, a society which said it wished and publicized its principles and its work, but not as individual members. The press was delighted with this attitude. Ever since these friends have reported AA with an enthusiasm which the most ardent members would find hard to match. There was actually a time when the press of America thought the anonymity of AA was better for us than some of our own members did. At one point, about 100 of our society were breaking anonymity at the public level. With perfectly good intent, these folks declared that the principle of anonymity was horse and buggy stuff, something appropriate to AA's pioneering days. They were sure that AA would or could go faster and farther if it availed itself of modern publicity method. AA, they pointed out, included many persons of local, national, and international fame, provided they were willing, and many were. Why shouldn't there be? Why shouldn't their membership be publicized, thereby encouraging others to join us? These were plausible arguments, but happily our friends of the writing profession disagreed with them. The Foundation wrote letters to practically every news outlet in North America, setting forth our public relations policy of attraction rather than promotion, and emphasizing people anonymity as AA's greatest protection. Since that time, editors and rewrite men have repeatedly deleted names and pictures of members from AA copy. Frequently, they have reminded ambitious individuals of AA's anonymity policy. They have been sacrificed good stories to this end. The force of their cooperation has certainly helped. Only a few AA members are left to deliberately break anonymity at the public level. This is brief is the process by which AA's Tradition 11 was constructed. To us, however, it represents far more than a sound public relation policy. It is more than a denial of self-seeking. This tradition is a constant and practical reminder that personal ambition has no place in AA. In it, each member becomes an attractive guardian of our fellowship. So, what it's saying is, for the people who don't want others to know, which is why we do the anonymity, is we don't tell people's names unless if they're okay with that. We have to ask them before we do so in anything or anywhere. Um, and that is to be respectful to that someone else. Now that is why I always say when I do my live streams, when I first started doing the AA, I made sure to tell people, if you do not want others to know who you are in here, I completely understand. You don't have to comment, you don't have to share, you don't have to do any of that. Just hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And that is just letting me know that it's reaching other people. Now, AA is not my only purpose in life. I do love to travel, I love to camp, I love to fish, I love the outdoors. And so that is the other part of my channel. And it is together because I am one person. I'm not trying to be more than just myself and put extra stuff on my plate that I cannot handle. That I will not do. I will not put myself into that type of stress because I've learned getting into that type of stress only makes it bad for myself. And my attitude can make it bad for others. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to be a mean person. I don't want to be who I used to be, and that's why I strive for my sobriety. That is why I pass on my gift that I receive for free. For nothing. Nobody pays me anything to do these meetings. Nobody gives me anything to do these meetings. I pay my own internet bill. I do my own stuff. I do not act like I'm a professional because I'm not. I'm far from professional. Uh, as you can see, go back to Saturday's AA meeting. I forgot to say the Serenity Prayer when I left. I forgot to read the forgot to read the daily reflection. I just said, bye, love you, see you later, and that was that. And then after I already closed out the meeting, I was like, I forgot to do those things. And I did not let it go, as you can tell. I'm still thinking about it. But not every day is good. Not every day am I going to remember to do something, and I can't stress myself out about it. It's going to happen. But I mean, the tradition 11 is exactly as it says. Anonymity is what we expect of others. To keep that anonymity, which is you don't say people's names, you don't put their pictures in it, you don't do any of those types of things. Because you don't know if that person wants that information shared everywhere. That's why I don't usually say people's names from my Facebook or from my YouTube when I'm doing meetings. Now, just because people are in my meetings in the chat, like I said before I started the meetings, it does not mean that they are the alcoholic. They could be here to support my channel. They could just be my YouTube friends. They could be somebody that's wanting information. Maybe they have a family member or loved one that needs help. You never know. That's why I always say don't judge people and don't harass them. All they want is to be a support or help support somebody who suffers from alcoholism or any other thing that they may need the help to use AA in. I will tell you, I have been using it double duty because Sunday was the start of week 8 of no cigarettes. And I remind myself every morning, yes, at night I'm dreaming about having a cigarette. But I did that also when I quit drinking. I had the pink cloud, I had that going on for quite a while. But I go around people that smoke. And that's a hint enough for me. Because it's like, ugh, it doesn't even smell good to me anymore. So I do have a little bit of cravings here and there. We're going to stay on our meds for another 4 weeks, and then we're going to stop taking those, and hopefully we will be over the cigarettes. I have emphysema, so I really got to quit because I don't want to have it worse than what I already do. So with that, I'm quitting. I have quit for 2 months, and I'm really proud of myself for it. And my husband and I are doing this together. And the day we quit, we hadn't even planned that day together that we were going to quit. So everything happens for a reason, and that's the truth. And the reason I do this is to help others and make sure that people that are still suffering know there is a way out. There is a way out. You have to make your steps. You have to make those little steps to get there. And believe me, it is little slow steps, very little slow steps. Because if you are way down in the dumpster of the alcohol, um, it took me quite a while to realize, okay, wow, I can go past this point. I don't have to drink. I better not take that drink. I've gone into bars, I've gone into casinos, and that's where alcohol is everywhere. And I go into the grocery stores and I go up and down the beer aisle, and it doesn't bother me anymore. Um, but I am a proud, sober alcoholic. I mean, I'm very proud of my accomplishments in my sobriety. I'm proud of the people that I have helped. I'm proud of everybody that needs the help, gets the help. Um, it doesn't matter what it is that you need the help with. There's help for everything. For everything. And AA is a big one. AA is everywhere, every language. I'm sure you could probably find an AA meeting on a cruise if you need to. Or if there isn't, just do the meeting yourself. That's what got me to do these. Is first I asked a friend of mine, and I'm sure she knows who she is, and she's here. Um, I asked a YouTube friend that, what do you think about an AA meeting on YouTube? And she said, I'm not sure if that would be a good idea or a bad idea, or you might not want to subject yourself because people can be mean about that. And so it did take me quite a while to decide to go ahead and open myself up to doing the AA. And you know what? I'm so glad I did, because y'all help me stay sober just like I help you. And or help you in your day, give you something to listen to. Whether you're watching or just listening, just having that person saying that they are going through that or they have been through that, it reaches people. It honestly does. And I, for some reason, didn't realize how many people I had been helping until quite a few of them reached out and said, you are helping a lot of people. That's my goal. That's my want. I want to help others to get what I've got, and that is my sobriety. I want them to know that they're not alone ever in sobriety. Uh, I mean, yeah, I have my depressive days. I have those days where I feel like, I'm always by myself. I feel so alone. Yeah, I do. But I also have to remember that I am not the center of everybody's world. I can't be. And I can't want everything to be my way because it's not going to be. That's not reality. Reality is life is life, and what you've got is what you've got, and you got to be happy with what you have in the moment. I don't have much, but I have enough. I have a lot of love. I have many people that love me just as I love them, and that's all that matters. That is all that matters. And feeling you're blessed. I'm blessed to be awake today in my sobriety. My sobriety is worth every day, no matter how tough and how much I want to throw a fit or how much I want to cry. I'm still sober. I have enough trust in myself to know that I'm not going to go back there. And I have to say that and do that every single day. It's a daily thing. And it will be for the rest of my life. But as long as I get to say, hey, I'm sober, it's worth it for me. Very much worth it for me. And another thing you get from AA is a voice. You get your voice. And you get to use it. And you get to tell people how they make you feel. You get to tell people about your sobriety. You get to tell everyone and everything about your sobriety, and that is a great life. It's a great life to be sober. So anyways, I'm going to say a Trinity prayer, and then I'm going to read, for sure today, I'm going to read the daily reflection to YouTube, and I will post it up on my wall. And I want to say thank you all for being here and always supporting my channel and supporting my sobriety journey and being here and listening. Whether you're here for yourself or not, you're here for a reason, and you're put here for a reason. And I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Yes, you can. Definitely, sis. Definitely. I put a little butterfly in my hair this morning. My bangs are a little long, so. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys uh have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna do a serenity prayer and then read the daily reflection. Um, Thank you all for being here. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. Love you, sponsor. Okay. So, see you later. Just a minute, guys. Let's take these back up. It's so annoying. I'm farsighted, so if I want to read something, I'll take these things off, and it gets annoying. My back. Okay, April 16th. Anger, dubious luxury. If we were to live, we had to be free of anger. The grouch and the brainstorm were not for us. They may be the dubious luxury of normal men or women, but for alcoholics, these things are poison. AA It's Alcoholics Anonymous, page 66. So that's in the big book. Dubious luxury, how often have I remembered those words? It's not just anger that's best left to non-alcoholics. I built a list including justifiable resentment, self-pity, judgmentalism, self-righteousness, false pride, and false humility. I'm always surprised to read the actual quote. So, well, have the principle of the program be drummed into me that I keep thinking all of these defects are listed too. Thank God I can't afford them, or I surely would indulge in them all. And with that, I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for being here again. Have a great week. Some of you I'll see tomorrow in chats. So I love you guys.